So we're going to do another lining video because you seem to like them. The singing bowl is just a sound wave. Your voice is a sound wave. Spirit connects to sound waves. They know your specific sound wave. That's why I ask you to comment, because as you comment, even though you're not uttering the noise, your sound wave comes from your thoughts. You emit a vibration that's unique to you. Also, tarot readers don't have to be psychic. It just so happens that I talk to spirit as well. And many tarot readers are only young. And that's not to say that they are not good at what they do, because a lot of them are. But the main thing is to be an empath. And to be an empath, you must have suffered. So if you want to be a tarot reader, then I must warn you that you will suffer. Because until you do, you cannot empathise with others who have suffered. So you have no way, you can read the cards, but the emotion and the situation, if you haven't been in it, is unknown to you. So you can't really advise anyone on the situation. Just like when people say, oh, I'm not going to let my kids do that, before they have kids. And then they have kids and the house goes to pot and they think, oh my God, what's going on? Because we can all plan and think that things are going to be perfect. But usually that's not the case. So I'm going to find you a card and we're going to go through the same process as we went through yesterday. And we'll keep doing this if you like it. Comments, likes, emojis, I don't care what they are, just so as I know that you want it to keep going, because I'm not going to waste my time if not. Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is about burdens. And whilst it's upright, you are carrying a burden, and it's usually one that's not yours. The wands are days. So 10 days. Some decks will have different objects within the picture. This one has a boat that is neither used or ornament. It's capsized because it's upside down. And we have the Aries there in the front. It is a fire sign energy. All wands are fire signs. But that doesn't mean that it's a fire sign person. It means that it's the energy of passion, of action. But reversed, it means non-action. It also means that if you turned her upside down, all those wood that she's been carrying, that's been blocking her in, would fall away. So she's no longer carrying that burden, or he's no longer carrying that burden. I can't really make out which one it is. And the flames would not touch her. So that's releasing the burden. So I'm going to look for the same card in this deck and just give you an idea of the differences. Some of them have just the ones in the picture and nothing else. Some of them have, like this one, the animal. And animals are always totems and you must look them up. Tens are always endings. So it's carrying a burden. When you reach the end of the journey, you can release the burden. So in the vice versa deck, we go through a window. So this is the negative side, which is totally different to the negative energy of this one, because in the negative energy, he's still carrying that burden and he's got a long way to go. And the positive energy, the upright, you can see the house in the distance is home, almost home. He can almost release that burden. It's probably wood that is going to sell at that house. So he will be recompensed for carrying somebody else's burden because they are carrying their own wood. So he's on the last leg of his journey there. Now if we look at this deck, which I might have to pause you for a minute while I find it. And this one, can you see, he's climbing a very high mountain with a village at the top where he's going to take the same burden that this chap's carrying. But he can see it's going to be a hard journey, but he's choosing to carry that so that he can provide wood for everyone else. So again, it's not his burden, it's somebody else's. But he will benefit from that because he may get a hot meal and he will be able to trade his wood for something else. So again, as I say, it's a journey that's coming to an end when you release that burden. Now in the fourth deck, it would just be the staffs. There'd be nothing else in there but the staffs. No pictures to aid us. So it's about oppression. It's sacred spiritual objects. So the wands, as with the magician, it is a wand. It's oppressing yourself. So carrying a burden that, like I say, isn't yours. Because you're holding back, or editing yourself, or rehearsing something and not fully expressing yourself. It's mentally and emotionally and spiritually or physically. The astrological aspects of the card are Sagittarius. Saturn in Sagittarius. Saturn is a planet of discipline and knowing one's limits and boundaries, as well as being able to set limits and boundaries. There may be a tendency to limit yourself or your vision, which is represented by the astrological sign of Sagittarius. If you pull this card, it indicates that the next 10 days will be important for you to release some sort of oppression that you've put on yourself, where you've been holding yourself back or restricting yourself in some way. It's also an appropriate time to remove yourself from oppressive situations where you feel that you hold back or are not fully able to express all of who you are or take action. It's a good time to release oppressive patterns that you've developed with Sagittarius people in your life. So the Ten of Wands is a state of consciousness where you hold back your power. So again, as I say, the Wands are days, fire energy, so where your passion is, where you need to take action, but it all depends on where in the read and what is it's surrounded by. So tens are always endings. So hopefully you have it reversed and it's an end to oppression. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for listening.